Gents, welcome to what is the final round of the season. Live at Seca. I was planning on racing, but unfortunate circumstances means that I am once again going to fail to deliver comms. Yes, you heard that right. I'll try. So yes, a final round. We've got this man, Mr. Clifford, currently leading the championship. Michael races in second. You can catch him, but Jonathan would have to not finish the race, and I can't see that happening from Mr. Consistent. In third we've got Robin Moore, and 1 point behind him you've got Kiki Mack, Mr. Consistent again. Consistently in the wall, that is. He'll be hoping for a much better race. Felix, who's had to miss the rest of the championship, was sitting happily in first after consistently being on the podium. He will finish likely in the top 10, but he's been impressive from the get-go. We've got Ivan Goresmasov in 6th, Dan Bernard in 7th, Martin Coilter in 8th, we've got Robert Alavi in 9th, Simon Beek 10th, Lugamanga 11th, Avon in 12th, Thomas Jack 13th, Josh Waring 14th after he's changed his car to the Porsche. We've got Nathaniel Shirley in 15th, David Francesconi. Oh, that's not. 17th we've got Club Arthur, 18th we've got Andres Kudderman, 19th Ilya Radiani, 20th we've got Tudor Mihai, 21st we have James Perry. 22nd we've got Amadio Pagioni, 23rd we've got Kalamazoo, 24th we've got Aaron Shrewsbury, Lepan, likes of Chris Ryan, who's once again changed his car. I'm sure this is just a testing event for him, I think, but he's not liking the Ferrari tonight, that is for sure. He's been doing 360s at the corkscrew, left, right and centre. And we've got a minute to go. Till this all kicks off. The last driver's briefing to attend, which I'll load into now. And I'll just pause the stream in a few other places. Good evening, ladies and gents. This is pretty much everyone, so welcome to what is the finale. Hope we've all had a good Christmas and stuffed a lot of faces. I know I have. So yes, not many here tonight, unfortunately. With it being between the Christmas and New Year, I'm sure plenty of people are spending time with their respective families, etc. and friends. But us hardcore racers have got better things to do. Tonight it's a 90-minute race. Pit window is 85 minutes. We have mandatory fuel. Tyres are optional, and the timing for fuel isn't set, so it'll just be however long it takes to fuel. Coming out the pits is tricky, so anyone on a flying lap in qualifying, give way, let them by please. Can be a bit tight around here. Leaving the track, while leaving the pit lane on race, obviously you'll have right of way, so anyone who is coming through, remember to leave some room if there is anyone exiting the pit lane during the race, unless it's a backmarker, of course. So I hope you all have a good race and enjoy what is the last race of the season. We have some exciting news going forward. Next season, where the next championship will be on a Friday. It will be going live later on today, and we are officially sponsored by Track Titan, so there is some 6-month memberships to give away and some liveries to be had to the winners of the season, but more details will be announced later on. So like I said, have fun, enjoy, try not to die at the corkscrew please. Thanks ladies and gents, have a good one. So, currently a minute left, and everyone is waiting patiently. Very close between Anglers and James there, both setting extremely quick times in qualifying, on qualifying fuel. I'm sure James set his on a fast track though, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do. gents, this is it. Through to quali. One last time, and it's this man out first, I think. Yes, it is the man leading the championship. Once guys lap out, done and dusted. Got 15 minutes, plenty of time to do a few laps around here. Plenty of time, indeed. Lap guide coming up. Once Jonathan makes his way around on his full, what would be formation lap. His little warm-up lap. So here he goes. And across the line. So coming down to the Andretti hairpin, and you've got the apex on the right hand side. Brake, turn in, watch out for track limits on the right there. Apex on the left here, just you want to dab the brakes at the 50-meter board, turn her in, and careful for track limits, enter the apex, dab on the brakes, throttle as early as possible, tends to be when you're going over the apex. 100-meter board, all the two, brake hard, turn her in, then you've got the dip down the Rahal straight, coming up to the corkscrew, right hand side, 100-meter board roughly, brake hard, be careful not to lose the back end, tend to upshift here, and that's Jonathan with an invalidation, cutting that corkscrew too much, down the rainy curve. Just got to ease the brakes. You've got a tree on the left hand side. That's your turn-in point. And then come down to the last corner here. Imperative to get the throttle on early for what is the only main real straight under the footbridge. And this time, Clifford will be wanting to do a lap properly this time. So Josh Waring and Emir Castras set a lap. Michael Races goes P1 with a 1:21.8. But Robert Moore in second. Then across the line, Ilya Rodiani, who definitely invalidated there. Number 89, you've got Nathaniel Shirley, who sets a 1:23.3. Next across the line, Kalamazoo, who's invalidated. That lap will not count. After that, you've got Mr. Perry, who's on a scorcher here. 1:21.2. Sorry, that's him. On pole, Luca Manca. Gonna cross the line. The little banker there. Next is Chris Vinan, the guy who likes to spin at the corkscrew with a 1:22.5. Right, so Jonathan Clifford this time around has not invalidated. He's got one more corner. Keep within limits there. So it's going to be a 1:22 or a 1:23.05. Next is Josh Waring, who goes P2. Michael Races also improves, but he's 2/20,000ths behind. So, well, Luca's invalidated. No, Nathaniel's invalidated, sorry. Next up is Kiki Mack, who has got a 2/10 improvement. That will not gain him a position. Very close though. Kalamazoo will set a time to 1:24.6. Next up, James Perry improves. No, he just so Lugamanga isn't going to improve there. Next up, Chris Vinan will improve. I'll put him up to P4. Car number 11, Robin, doesn't improve. So next up, you've got Jonathan Clifford. He's currently 7/10ths up, but he's losing time. That will gain him 2 positions, possibly 3. Yeah, so that's Jonathan up into P5, wait, P6 now. As Amir goes quicker. So currently 5/10ths up. What can Shirley do? Coming into the last corner. He's losing time, but it's still the 5/10ths. I'll put him above Dan Bernard there. Next, Kiki Mack. He's got a 10th. No improvement though in terms of starting grid position. Kalamazoo's found 7/10ths. Won't put him above Nathaniel Shirley though. Oh, Radiani, sorry. As Robin Moore's got 2/10ths currently. I'll put him right next to the other 2 Ferraris. So all 3 Ferraris separated by 70 thousandths. Jonathan Clifford's pulled over. So Robert Olavi will be looking to set a time. So that's Radiani on a outlap. Also unable. So you've got Porsche, Ferrari with Mr. Perry sitting in the pits, and I think that he might just stay there. He's currently 8/10ths quicker than anyone else with a 1:20.967, which is absolutely rapido. Is anyone else on a fast lap? Mr. Moore. He did have a 10th, but he's lost it all. And you've got a Ferrari behind him as well. Ferrari's evidently sticking together. So you've got Dan Bernard, who was found 6/10ths in that Honda. Well, 5 by the time he crosses the line. That'll move him P9. Michael Races just about to start a lap. Can he find 8/10ths? Don't know if he can. He's got a 10th. I think it'll have to be perfect from Michael Races here if he wants to see any sort of improvement. I think at the minute he just wants to heat those tyres a bit of weaving on the straight there. Currently he's 18 thousandths to get above Josh. But if I was him, I'd be happy staying P3. Left hand side is a grid, inside line. So, anyone else? Robert Olavi is going to set a lap finally. puts him P11. The 1:23.1. Pretty respectable. So James Perry's going to try go even quicker now. Let's see how he does this. So Josh does find 4/10. That is James there losing it. So James, we wonder, they get a gap here. Michael Ritz also 4/10. Right, he did have 4/10. Be happy with that. So let's get on TV2. So James Perry across the line. He's going to start a brand new lap. Kiki Mac. In the Merc. Pretty sure next season he will definitely change car. That is going to be nailed on. That's not going to be an improvement from him. Robert Moore has got 3,000s that'll pump him up above Chris. So Amir, that'll pump him up above Robin. So these Ferraris are really sticking together. Dan Menard has found a 10th that'll put him up above Nathaniel Shirley. Yes it is. So Michael races, he won't be setting any improvements this time. Neither will Josh. So Chris about to start his lap. He's got 2 laps in him. So James invalidated there. You've got Jonathan Clifford right behind him. Can he find any time whatsoever? No, he cannot. Michael races in the pits. He gave up. So that's him done. Robert Moyes found a massive chunk of time here. 6/10, he's losing it though. It will be 5. Will it be an improvement? It certainly will. That puts him up to P5. So Nathaniel Shirley will have 2 laps here. Amir will only get 1. This will be Amir's last lap to improve. So Rattiani has found 4/10. Is a picture frame that's just fell off the wall. Happy holidays, Prabhu. How are you doing? How's your Christmas been? Hope it's been well. As Jonathan Clifford goes P6, gets in between them Ferraris. So Mr. Races was going to do a lap there. Can he get across the line? Will he? It's going to be very close here. He will not. that is him done. And he will be distraught with himself there after finding the wall. So, into the pits. Josh Waring isn't going to find the 4 tenths he needs to beat James, and that's an invalidation from him. So Chris Vinan currently got a 10th, and that will move him up. He needs to keep this time if he can. Where will this put him? Only P7 for Chris Vinan in the Ferrari there. It won't be an improvement from James Perry, and car number 99 has so that is qualifying done. James Perry has been rapid this evening in the Porsche, sets a 120.967. Then after that we've got Josh Waring in P2 with a 121.437. Closely followed by Michael Race as well, 120.5. And then you've got Andres Kudderman with a 121.6. Robin Moore 28 thousandths behind him in a leading Ferrari with a 121.645. Jonathan Clifford splitting the pack of 3 Ferraris there finally, coming in P6 with a 121.995. Then you've got Chris Vinan and Amir Casatarash in P7 and 8. Dan Bernard in P9. You've got Nathaniel Shirley in P10. Robert Olavi in P11. Then you've got Kiki Mack in the monstrous Mercedes. P12. You've got Ilya Radiani in P13, Killer Mizzou P14, and Luca Manca at the bottom of the field there in 15th. A lot missing, many people missing tonight due to the holiday festivities, but next year will be a banger. So we have 1 minute 40 before the drivers get their setups on. Andrews Kudderman for some reason is shown as he's in the pits. Has he disconnected? Strange, we'll keep an eye on that one. By the looks of things, Andres should be on the grid. As you can see, there is a gap between Mr. Clifford and Josh. But yes, James, Michael, Robin, Chris, all holding the inside line there. Much preferred into the Andretti hairpin.
30 seconds.
So we've got 30 seconds before this race gets started.
20 seconds.
So you've got Mr. Clifford with a good run.
10 seconds.
That's 2. Starting from the pit lane. As that looks like Ilya Radiani failing to press drive in time. told me earlier on. He needs Mr. Clifford to finish 31st. Can't see that happening with only 15 on track. Unless Mr. Clifford gets used and abused around this first lap and absolutely loses it and quits out. But Clifford's been involved in a few accidents and he has just persevered. Got a great mentality and understands that sometimes mistakes do happen. So we've got a leading pack of Porsches tonight. No surprise with it being OP. So as they come through our last corner, 90 minutes of Seca coming up, ladies and gentlemen.
Green light, go.
And go, go, go! So Josh got away well, but so is James. Michael deciding to go around the outside here. Don't know whether that's a wise move, as Robin Moore tries to stick his nose in. So further down, Chris Vinan's lost the pace to Mr. Clifford there. This Michael Race makes a little mistake. As they all go one by one. So James Perry for the first time coming up to the corkscrew. As everyone has made it through so far. You've got Andres who's sitting in the pits there. Ilya Ratliani started from the pits, so James Perry's got a comfortable gap, currently 1.3 seconds. Behind him you've got Joshua Waring 1.8 behind Michael Races, and that is Ilya into the wall already at, well, where is it? Oh, clearly carrying far too much speed there before he comes up to the corkscrew. He'll be wanting to pit early. So you've got Nathaniel Shirley very close to Dan Bernard, but with it being almost impossible here to overtake, I can't see him find a way past unless it is the undercut.
The pit is now open.
So you got Michael Races chasing down Josh as they almost touch bumpers going into the final corner there. So James Perry comfortable out in front there with a 122 flat. Then behind Michael Races you've got Robin Moore, a man leading the championship, Mr. Jonathan Clifford, who is Chris Vinan taken, and that is also Amir. Let's see what happened there. Does he just miss his brake again? Oh. Well. So you've got Amir now down into 10th thanks to that. You've got Chris Vinan coming in the pit. No you don't. So Chris Vinan down in 8th. What happened there? 7th now. Oh, and that's what happened to Chris. You don't want to touch that inside sausage curb. So Chris now under pressure from Nathaniel Shirley, who is under pressure from Kiki Mack. And you've got Robert Alawi going side by side with Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo gets that move done. Side by side through the corkscrew. This is never going to end well. He decides to back off there. Wise decision. As Michael Races is a bit closer this time to Josh. Will Josh go defensive? Not this time. As Michael is almost pushing Josh around the track now. Can Michael find a way past through the twisty sections of Laguna Seca? Feeling much more comfortable over the curbs at the corkscrew. Taking a lot less liberties with the track, but still having the pace to keep up with Josh. We want to try and carry a great exit here. Now we'll want to try and utilise the slipstream. But I don't think he's as close as he was last lap. Taking a much tighter line there. Josh opting for a custom livery this time. The green accents. You've got Robin Moore in the background there waiting to pounce. Dan Bernard keeping Jonathan Clifford company as we get on board with it. I think we'll stay on this for a second, as Josh is starting to make some mistakes. Feeling the pressure of Mr. Races. Oh, when he gets on the grass under braking, by gravel, sorry. Hasn't hindered him too much. So Andrew is still in the pits. Fortunately for him. Robin definitely keeping up with these folk in the Ferrari. As Amir once again gets close, and that's James Perry with an off. What happened to him there? Let's have a look. I think it's going to be the fast right before the penultimate turn, or is it the exit of this corner? Does he hit the sausage? He does indeed. Oh, and that's a well. Oh, that's a good save. So that lead is now down to 2 seconds. Mr. Races half a second off there. Robin just keeping in touching distance. Then 4 or 5 seconds behind him, you've got Jonathan Clifford keeping on his toes as Mr. Dan Bernard. Hopefully Dan can keep that Honda under control. And then behind them you've got Chris Vine and Nathaniel Shirley showing some good pace in that Aston. As Michael Races once again getting very close. Now this is the closest he's been. Still unable to make a move, and that's Josh getting all squirrely there as they go side by side. Robin's thinking, come on. So because of this, James Perry once again extended his lead to 4 seconds. Dan Bernard is on the back of Jonathan, but I feel like he's just messed up his braking slightly there as Amir goes up the inside there. Let's watch it again. Kiki tries to hold the outside, but never gonna happen. So Michael Races and Josh Waring have swapped places, and Robin Moore's got a yellow flag. We'll watch that after this. Oh, and that's him going off there. Into the corkscrew. Oh, very optimistic from Michael there, but he holds it. So let's go, and that is how Robin loses it with Storm. Go on the grass, like gravel there, in the background of Michael, and that's him lost a lot of positions. This race isn't over. But Rattiani's is. He's found himself having an early exit tonight. Nathaniel surely will be happy about that. No doubt about it. As he is half a second off Chris Vinan. Michael has pulled a 1 second gap from Josh now. Even though he was getting held up a little bit, but James Perry now holding a 6 second advantage. Michael will be wanting James to go off track again. Also alongside that is Dan Bernard and Jonathan Clifford. Dan keeping Clifford very honest tonight. Jonathan Clifford just needs to hold this position, and he's got the championship in the bag. But if anything unfortunate happens to him, well, you never know. Damping on, taking a slightly narrower line there. Through the Andretti hairpin. Changing direction very nicely. So yes, Nathaniel Shirley last week pretty much got bullied by Ilya Rattiani at Kielami. Dropped off a little bit now from Chris Vinan. Robin Moore is on the back of Kiki Mack. Robin was sitting comfortably in fourth. He'll be wanting to dispatch of Kiki relatively quickly. Kiki being the leader of Celtic Romance Club. And Robin will want to stay well away from that gravel. Robert finding a little bit of pace. I wonder if following people is helping him understand where we should be braking and turning in. I know some people prefer following, some people prefer leading. There's Dan Bernard. Gets close, but not close enough to Kiki Mack under braking into the Andretti hairpin. Robin is definitely not close enough to Kiki. Kiki just touching that sausage curve there. That'll invite Robin Moore to attack. Robin just trying to get in the mirrors there, but I think he ended up putting himself off more than White did, trying to distract Kiki Mack. Should go on board with Dan Bernard and Jonathan Clifford. I wonder whose tyres will wear first, the Hondas or the Lambo. It's getting pretty close now though. You'll want to prioritise his acceleration now. So, Japanese supercar versus the Italian job. Oh, get very close to one another. So I think Dan Bernard will have to wait for one more lap. There's Robin Moore. Still struggling to get past Kiki Mack. And that is Robert Olavi getting closer and closer and closer. Well, we'll see Robin Moore put a move up the inside of the corkscrew. No, we shall not. Oh, little wobble there from Mr. Moore. But he's a lot closer this time to Kiki. Going into the final corner, and that's him onto the gravel again. Oh, and that's... Oh, he's into the wall. Let's see how that happened once again. Oh, and there you go. He tries to do that with the brakes, but it's not enough. What's he gonna do? Well, that's Robin gone. So Michael, that gap to James now 7 seconds, but he's definitely not pulling away like he was before. So Michael's settling into the groove. He's now got a gap to Josh of 3 seconds. Right, 3.5 now. You've got Dan Bernard, Jonathan Clifford, and then you've got Chris. Catching slightly. Pardon me, everyone. Been a long day. James Perry currently with the fastest lap of the 1:21.645. Michael Races closely following him with a 1:21.88. But James with slightly more consistency. Oh, and that there is Chris. Oh, well. And that's the sausage curb for you. As well. Oh, he almost sends it into the side of Nathaniel Shirley there. Shirley will be reluctant. And he managed to keep it sort of straight. So now that Vinan is out of the picture, that Nathaniel Shirley's been promoted up to P6. So Josh clearly making more mistakes as the gap increases to 4 and a bit seconds, bordering 5 sometimes. Wonder if Chris Vine will be able to catch back up to Nathaniel Shirley and Dan Bernard. Dan not being able to get a better exit onto the last quarter to utilise the slipstream through the footbridge. Thank you to all that are watching. Hope you've all had a good Christmas and have got plenty planned for the new year. Currently on board with Dan Bernard's Honda. Jonathan gets slightly offline there. On Clifford's Chrome Lamborghini. Undercut will be very powerful through here. Dan clearly got some pace. It's slightly deep there though. Whoever named the corners at Lagune Seca are very lazy because half of them don't have names. But currently up the Rahal Straight, come up with a corkscrew. these two will be like this until one of them makes a mistake. Always possible at Lagune Seca. Better line there this time from Dan. Got a good run. But it can all go wrong there. Really needs to keep this momentum going. But he's dropped a bit of distance now to Jonathan. That Honda being able to cover much more speed and keep a narrower line through the twisty section after the corkscrew, down the rainy curve. Oh, Jonathan going very deep there. Jonathan's tyres are now. Oh, side by side now. And look who is just behind now, Nathaniel Shirley, who is keeping consistent lap times. He'll be able to preserve his tyres much better than that of the Hondas. Go on, Dan. You can get him. He's got a better run slightly. He's not going to get close enough this time though. Will Jonathan go deep this time? No, he keeps a much better line this lap. Gap. And now James Perry Halls is now 8 seconds to Michael Races, who's got a 6-second gap to Josh. I just wonder if Michael had been ahead of Josh, whether he would have been able to give James a bit more of a battle when they both had fresh tyres. Chris and Andres, wait, Chris going half a second quicker than these guys ahead. So Chris will be getting involved very shortly as well, if he can keep that Ferrari on the track. Surely just kicking up a bit of dust. Have to go through turn 5 and turn 6. Up the Rahal straight. Surely testing the limits of track limits. Again, a bit wide there. Dan Bernard. Oh, and he's on the gravel. That's surely going through. And just behind him is Chris Vinan. So now Shirley up into 5th, Dan 6th, Chris 7th. How is Chris doing? Chris will most likely be talking to Michael. Michael giving Chris, like, not really advice. I don't think Chris needs it. He's a very experienced driver. It's Chris. Chris just going through a testing stage, I think, of what he wants to do. Obviously, a few seasons yet to start. The new up-and-coming WTF. It's going to be a world tour. So, we have 22 races planned. Tim Lunn is going to be our dedicated commentator. It's going to be 80-minute races. It's a mixed class event, so there'll be 30 GT3s and 20 GT4s. It'll be 80-minute races, same format as the 90 minutes, so you'll have a 75-minute pit window. Oh, Dan Bernard going for the big undercut here, pitting 10 minutes early. So yes, 80-minute races, pit stop is mandatory, fueling is mandatory, tyres are optional, and your fuel isn't timed. So you can gain a, what would be, I think if you have full fuel, race for what would be about 70 minutes or so, pit. Have 10 laps of fuel, like 10 minutes of fuel, sorry. It'll be pretty close to those. I choose not to change tyres. Back end looks a little bit loosey-goosey on that Ferrari of Chris Vinan's. We'll be for another 10-15 minutes till these guys come in and pit. Josh is, well, has he lagged out? I would say so. Yes, Josh. Josh Waring is gone. So, that means you've got James Perry and Michael Races in P1 and 2. You've got Dan Bernard, who has completely stopped, going for a mega undercut. Last lap on 130. It's very slow. I don't know what happened there. know if he's went off grass yet. Let's see where he's dealt. That shoots down dramatically. Well, it's not going to be a mega undercut now, is it? For Mr. Dan Bernard, who goes spinning through the corkscrew, and he's clearly struggling now on what is overheated tyres, I can imagine. And that's another very slow lap for Dan Bernard. Amir also losing time to track limits, and Robert Alavi is getting closer and closer to Kiki Mack. Aston, as Kiki Mack gets very out of shape there. Robert using track limits much better than Kiki at the minute. Not really saw many people use the Aston around here. Evening, Jordan. How are you doing? Hope you're well. Hope you've had a good Christmas. P6 and 7, thanks to some unfortunate events from Josh Andrews not starting the race. No problem, anytime, Jordan. It's good to hear. So yes, many people missing this evening due to it being between Christmas and New Year. Could have what I should have been on track, but unfortunate things have happened. I've had to take over from Commons tonight. Jordan next season will be racing on a Friday. It'll be a mixed class season starting the 3rd of February, I think it is, racing every Friday for 22 weeks. We've got 5 drop rounds. It's going to be mixed class, so GT3s and GT4s. Sign-ups will be going live tonight. If that's anything that interests you, I'll send you a link to the Discord. Nathaniel is getting slightly closer to Mr. Clifford now. Clifford is struggling with tyres as Shirley takes a bit of a scenic route. Oh, nice. Was that a Christmas present, was it? Oh, you've just got to get a new graphics card. Is that going to be in the near future? What graphics card you got at the minute? Are you in NVIDIA or AMD? I'm sure you're related somewhere down the line. I'm sure you've got ancestors together. Jonathan currently leading the championship, thanks to his consistent race performances, and he's not missed a race this season actually. I think we're the only driver to not miss a race. Michael Race, who is currently in second, currently in the pits. He's just getting going, but he may come into traffic. So he's just stopped. Oh, nice, Jordan. Most things will probably be discounted going into the new year. January sales and all that jazz. So where is Michael Race is out now? Is he clean air? Yes, he is. So he's now got some time to pummel in some laps. James Perry most likely pitting the next 2 laps or so. I think the sign up will be open, well, it'll be opened tonight, and it'll close as soon as it's filled, really. Championship season will start on February the 3rd, I think it is. So you've got a good, just over a month and 10 days or so. You could always sign up, and then if you're not going to get your graphics card in time, you could always sign out. If you look for a graphics card, I'd keep an eye on like Facebook Marketplace and stuff as well. There's always people selling second-hand graphics cards. Yeah, that's fair enough. I think I'm debating whether I've got a big reserve pile in case it's needed, but I'm debating whether I just do 2 splits. The only problem with that is that I wouldn't be able to arrange comms or broadcasting for the second split, as it's extremely difficult to find a commentator, and I'm desperate to race as I've set out to this year. And I don't want to sit out next year with it being 5 month long, the season. But plenty of practice, and your lap times will definitely come down. That there is James, race leader, coming out. Have you done much racing before? On like PlayStation or anything like that? I'll get a Discord link now. There you go, Jordan. Nothing is actually posted in the Discord yet, as it hasn't officially been announced. Yeah, the before the 1.8 update on your console games, it was I found it difficult to catch the car once it lost traction. But since the 1.8, I think it's been much better. Especially this new one that just got released. Obviously I sold my PS5 just before the brand new update got released with the new DLC. But I don't regret a thing selling my PlayStation. Yeah, it's much better indeed. I'll agree with you there. So Jonathan is still yet to do his pits. So it's Kalamazoo making way for Chris, like a good little chap. Yeah, thank you very much, funny lad, much appreciated. Yeah, the only DLC I don't have is the GT4 pack. That's off in my mind up to what I'll be driving next year. I might have to get it. I know Michael will probably be in the GT4s. So I race with him quite a lot. Good friend of mine. Oh, and that there is Kalamazoo going off. So Amia is in the pits now. It's promoted the likes of Chris Vinan, who has settled back down now after he's off-roading. Yeah, I've used CD keys for all my games, I think, unless they've been in the Steam sale. So Clifford's still in the pits. Shirley is coming around the corner, so he wants to get a move on. Yeah, it's bargain really. Can't complain with that, can you? Surely, yeah, it's not a bad delivery. We use Awesome Sim Racing to upload all the liveries. So all the drivers will upload their liveries into one online folder for us broadcasters to download, so they're all readily available. So not everyone takes part in that, but just something extra. Make it a little bit more immersive. So Jonathan Clifford keeps his lead over Nathaniel Shirley. When will Robert Olavi pit? Going very long. Everyone's now nicely spread out. But I think best livery isn't actually here tonight. I'd say also Michael has a cool livery. He's sponsored by Redion Sim Racing accessories, where you can get things like a wind simulator, all that jazz. If you check him out, he's got a YouTube, and also 5% off. He's also a team owner of Red King Motorsport, so if you want to get involved in any team endurances and stuff, once you get your graphics card, get over to Red Kings, and Michael and the rest of the gang will be able to help you out there, especially with like setups and stuff like that. Michael having a lonely race this evening after once he passed Josh. That is Robert Olavi going backwards. Let's watch that again, just for the fun of it. Oh, and that there is taking too much curb. Dedicated man, you watch on it, Jordan. Very dedicated. Surprised you can listen to all of us at the same time. Can Chris catch up to Nathaniel? Not with those lap times he's gone, that's for sure. So James Perry currently holding a 15-second advantage over Michael Races. James has been totally dominant tonight, over just about half a second quicker in qualifying, and now leading by 15 seconds. He's at one off, I think, that I've seen. I hope not. You'll have to have eyes in the back of your head then. fast. James with the new fastest on the race. Oh, F1. Nice. I haven't actually played the new F1 2022. Once you get good on, used to say I find it hard to stop, especially with the setups taking a majority of my time when I am racing. Might have to try it out. I'm sure it's in the Steam sale at the minute. If not, I might see what the price is on CD keys. Might check it out. Is it buggy on single player or online, or just overall in general? Chris Vine and Nathaniel Shirley switching places, and that's why Nathaniel going a little bit squirrely there. Chris going up the inside on the corkscrew. I thought it was. I noticed he got up to 1k subs. Nice. He's coming on quite nicely. I think when I subbed to him he had about 400 odd, 500, but the past month or two he's been clocking some good numbers. Happy for the guy. He's coming on pretty well. It's always good to see. He does stream an awful lot. Live every day. The guy loves racing, especially in that Lamborghini. Is still yet to pit. He does know that he's got to do a pit stop, doesn't he? Yeah, that makes sense, Jordan. You've just got to try them, really. I think I'm more inclined to the Maserati or the Porsche. They're my two favourites, but Me, Michael, Chris Winan and Ryan Cooper did do 24 hours of spa in the Aston. That was pretty fun. I don't know if I could drive the Aston all the time. It's a bit bland. I want something that'll bite us. Just gonna keep trying them. Yeah, it's a good show. The lamp will be a bit tricky. It can bite you, and it's not great in the rain either. But yeah, any good with Photoshop or anything like that? Because it can be pretty confusing. Some of the templates, some of them aren't in the right place. It's an absolute nightmare. Next season, the winners will get a free livery made by Cascanova, who's part of Red Kings. Get practicing, Jordan, you'll need it. Yeah, so next season, the winner of the GT3 class and the winner of the GT4 class will get a free livery made by Cascanova. 2 random people will also get 6-month membership at Track Titan for nothing, thanks to our new official partner. Ah, okay. Right, fair enough. You got a few livery colours, livery choices with the Lambo. Is that your lucky number, is it? I use 609 these days. It's what my car registration ends in. He's Pops, he's just left. So that won't be a problem anymore. Must have read your mind, Pops. Yeah, no worries, man. Anytime. Shirley's getting ever so closer now to Chris. Do you know Robert, do you, Jordan? But he is having a very late pit stop. I wonder if he's going to try and stop for fuel. That's fair enough. Yeah, so the pit stops. The windows 85 minutes. Tyres are optional. Fuel is mandatory, but it's not timed. So he may only just take fuel. You still do have to pit, but if you're just doing a splash and dash, you might be able to make up some time. Jonathan Clifford's a little bit closer now as well. This man, Mr. James Perry, has been an absolute boss. Currently lapping in the 121s. This guy has been relentless. If only Felix was here tonight to give him some company up in front. Might have made the race a little bit more interesting. That was Kiki there, that's his teammate passed. Right, not his teammate, sorry. That would be Josh. So James, once again with a 121.9. Porsche and Honda, I think, yep. You got that right. I don't think anything will stop the Porsche around here. Top two guys are in Porsches. There was a third, but he inevitably found a barrier. Then you've got Michael Riss second, you've got Robert Alavi in third, who is yet to do his pit stop. I've not raced that much since I got my PC, to be fair. I don't even think I've got all of the stars. I don't think I know I got me last. I got 3 at Donington the other night, because I'd done a GT3, a mixed class race there for FRL. See, I'm British as well, but Lagune Seca is my favourite and is my strongest by a mile. I love this track. Don't know what it is. But me, Michael, and a load of the guys went to Donington to watch the finale of the GB3, with the British Championships. That was a cool experience. So you had GT3s, GT4s, you had Formula 3s, Formula 4s, we had Porsche Cups there. I'm trying to think what else. There's a few other classes there as well. But that was epic. Like the Formula 3 garages were literally through the paddock. Racing trucks, Jordan. Is that? I've never seen trucks go racing before. Chris Vine and Nathaniel Shirley are lapping identical laps at the minute. Literally. No worries. I'll check that out after this. Currently 15 minutes left to go. If everything stays the way it is, Jonathan Clifford will wrap up this championship. Yeah, no worries, Jordan. Cheers for that. Thank you. Chris Fine is catching up the Clifford ever so slightly. So the 1.5 gap between Clifford and Chris. Then you've got a 1.5 gap to Chris and Nathan. Johnny Holden now P4. Robert yet to pit. He is oh, 43 seconds ahead of Clifford, so you'll definitely lose those positions. You'll probably drop down to 8th, possibly 9th. As he makes his way through back markers. That's definitely cool, so Chris Vinen now only a second. This will be an exciting finish as Clifford's tyres drop off a cliff. Oh, and that there is Robert Alavi coming out of the pits to do his stop. And he comes out between Nathaniel and Chris. A very quick stop from him, so he will not be changing tyres. That is literally a splash and dash from Robert. So now this makes it a little bit more interesting. as Chris is now under pressure. It's released Clifford slightly. So have these 3-4 drivers got anything left in the bag? If they have, it's time to pull it out now. As James Perry comes to lap, well, basically everyone. So Daniel Shirley lets Perry past. James has literally been unstoppable this evening. Is that for Clifford or Michael? He's still got one in the bag before he gets track limits officially. Oh, both of them. Well, 8 minutes, 20 seconds left. James has just crossed the line with a 1:22.4. So if my maths is correct, that is about 6 laps. 6 laps to avoid track limits. Should be doable. As James flashes to say thanks as he goes past Robert. And Chris right on the back of Jonathan here. He'll have to be very careful as to where he lets James past. Jonathan's tyres well and truly gone, I think. Holding on for dear life now. Okay. ACC, it's 3, and then you get your warning. Can't wait for the season, F1 season to get back underway. It was a Sunday tradition. Maybe partner Michael races and his partner would come round every Sunday. Snacks and food with the F1. Nothing better. Chris definitely found the groove now. Putting in some consistent lap times. He's right on the back of Mr. Race of Jonathan. Oh, and that's a good save from him. He'll let James pass now, surely. Oh, and who is that? That is Lugamanga off. Thankfully, lets everyone pass before rejoining. Great to see. So, James Perry is just behind Jonathan Clifford. And that's a wide line from Jonathan to let James through. So, Chris now half a second behind and catching. So, with everyone being lapped now apart from Michael. It's between these two for the final podium position, I think. For me, it's McLaren and Williams. Both British teams. How about yourself? Oh, nice. So it's basically, is it any British team you support then, is it? British-based team. Is that the... I take it obviously the green. I do like Aston's uniform. Clifford kicking up a bit dead there as he's under pressure from Chris. Can you find a way past? Can he? Oh, he's got the run. Chris will be looking to make a move. But Clifford's got the exit of the last corner nailed.
The pit window is closing now.
Black is easiest to match with the colours. I've got 2 McLaren Cups and 1 Williams. I've got the special edition from Mexico, the Mexican Grand Prix for McLaren. It's black and it's got a floral pattern of orange, red. Then I've got the orange McLaren Cup with a Lando Norris number. I've got a Norris McLaren shirt, the white one, with a last year's, not the season gone, but the season before that, Williams cap. before they change the sponsor. Don't think Chris is gonna find a way past Jonathan. It was indeed, you're right there. Yep. I was screaming at my TV at the Abu Dhabi finale. I agree with you there. Very close is Chris into the corkscrew. He should get one more chance.
Right, man, leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
I don't blame you, honestly, I don't. So I think this will stay. Jonathan Clifford will hang on to his podium, with Chris unable to get back past him after his little wobble. Yeah, me and Michael both are. We love it. So where's Mr. Perry? Coming through the corkscrew for the final time. Mr. Race is going slow. He had a little bit of an off there. So, as James Perry goes through for the final time, across the line, dominated from the get-go, qualifying absolutely rapid with a 120. Then we're going to have to wait a while for Mr. Races to go through. It was on. So, Michael evidently saving fuel. So Michael will finish P2 in the championship. But this guy, celebrating with donuts. Well done, Mr. Clifford. Finishing P3. He does know that he hasn't finished the race, right? He does know that he's got one more lap. I think. So well done, Jonathan. Then you've got Chris Vine in 4th, Robert Alavi in 5th, Tanya Shirley in 6th, Keaton Mack 7th, Dan Bernard 8th. You've got Amir Kasmatras crossing the line 9th, Killamazoo 10th, Luka Manga in 11th, and then everyone else decided to leave. So everyone, that is that. Thank you for sticking around, everyone. Slightly lower turnout than usual due to it being in the middle of Christmas and New Year. But yes, next season we also have a 6-hour endurance charity race. That is on the 22nd of January. And the real season, the World Tour, will kick off on the 3rd of Feb. So stick around for that. Thank you all for watching, and good night.